Hi, dear. I'm kind of eating my lunch here to the side.
It's okay.
Oh, this watermelon is so good.
Is watermelon still in season?
Well, this one was. Mmm, it's delicious. Mmm. I don't even think that I got one this good all summer.
What happened?
Worth the wild. Okay, let me get my attendance sheet out here.
I know I'm kind of early, but I just didn't. I didn't want to get distracted by anything before I started. So
That's okay. And there isn't anybody here, so we're okay. Mm. Are you starting school tomorrow?
yeah, I'll be on campus tomorrow.
Okay. So your teacher's going to be Miss Michelle.
Okay.
Okay. Right? You start at 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
You'll
have
like
to
her.
go.
Hmm?
I have to go get the SD card thing fixed, and then have them help me with the textbook so I can
Okay.
actually write in my notebook.
All right. Who are these people? I'm like, who are these people? See. Who's got the Chromebook? Oh, she's still connecting. Right. Okay, who's the Chromebook? What's your name, hon? Who did I just let in that's on the Chromebook? Can you tell me your name? That's a new student too. Your sound's off. There you go. Okay, what's your name?
It's Vanisha.
Oh, Vanisha. Okay, thank you, hon. Okay. I just didn't know who it was when it said Chromebook. Did they give you a Chromebook also?
Uh,
The school? No?
no.
I will be right back. Okay, now I got more coming in. Okay. Okay. Hi, Max. Okay, I got 3 of you. There you go. I'm just making sure I got everybody's name down. Not that many of us today, is there? So far, it's still kind of early, huh? I'm just gonna check my internet, you guys, okay? Oh, I'm on the right side, good. Okay. I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna set up my little guys here. I'll be right back.
My teacher.
I'll be right there.
She can't see you? Not right now.
Is someone just coming into the class that he's in? Let me see here. Okay, wait. There we go, admit all. I was gonna try and bring up the slides, but I'm gonna have to wait. Elizabeth.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Oh, let me get Judith in here. I was trying to load up my slides, but I'll just wait till everyone gets in here. Because I can't see you when you come in when I'm trying to download it. So I'm like, okay, I'll just leave it alone. Oh, what are you eating, girl?
Cucumbers, avocados, and tomatoes.
Oh, I had watermelon. It was so good. I have never had one so fresh all summer. So this was really good.
I like the ones where like the guys are in the corner and they cut it up right there and put it in the cup.
Uh-huh. Oh, and they put
The
papaya
other day
in
I
there.
was like, maybe 30 minutes, I swear, like pregnancy is a mess. Driving around looking for one of those guys just to get that.
I know it. Oh, and the other one I like is the corn on the cob. The guy
Oh,
goes, oh.
I haven't found the corn guy yet.
Yeah, that's good.
There's a fruit stand there that's normally by Save Mart or by Valley Oaks, like bank or whatever. And then the corn guy you can find in Salida.
Oh.
Oh, I have to go to Salida. Okay. I'm not too far from the school off of like Oakdale and Briggsmore, that area. So
Yeah,
I gotta catch him when I can.
It's crazy, huh? We get like
Yeah.
these cravings.
I did not eat like this until I was pregnant.
I kept thinking, if I die, I'm not gonna have all this good food. I'm missing somebody here. Elizabeth, I got you. Jasmine, I got you. Judith, got you. And I got Max, so I don't know what's going on here.
There's some light in here.
The light's in bad in mine too. I'm deciding whether, I got really good lighting in here, but it's not as good as like the ring light at a certain point.
I'm using a ring light right now because if I turn it off, it's like pitch dark in here, even with my light.
It's crazy, huh? This classroom has really good lighting now. They put some new lights in last week and like, oh, I can see. Oh. Was I going a little too fast for you guys yesterday?
Just a little.
No, it's just it was cutting on and off, and so it gets
Towards the end, huh?
Yeah.
I think it has a lot to do with when Connie comes on for some reason, I don't know why. Because she comes over here on this side, I go, you need to stay in the teacher's office because we need to be separated because we're too close to each other and it interrupts each other's lines.
Jeremiah, can you bring me the
Can't remember.
Hmm.
Yeah, got all those. Who else? Whoops, where'd you go?
Where'd who go?
Where'd you guys go?
I'm right.
I'm here. I just
There we go.
muted it because I was telling my nephew to sharpen my pencil.
Nina.
Thank you.
Nadia.
Make sure you let me know before you go out there to walk the dog so I can pay attention outside the window.
Okay, that one has like 12 in it.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
I'm gonna wait until everyone gets in here before I start moving all this stuff around. Where's my gallery here? There we go. Now I can see everybody. How
Oh,
about that?
Lena Barrios, that picture's cute.
Ah, that is cute,
Thank you.
but I need to see your face.
Wow.
So everyone that I can't see your face, I need to see your face. The sad part is when we go through this, and it is sad, if we don't hear you talking back to me, then I have to like not put you on for credit. So, okay, Amanda.
I'm here. I just can't move my camera.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just hit your face somewhere so I can see it for a second. Okay, I just let in Amanda and Haley. That's what I was trying to figure out. Who did I let in? Okay. Is that you, Max, talking?
Yeah, it was me. Sorry.
Okay, I can see your head now. All right. Haley, Amanda, those two. I'm just going through. Okay. That's not on there. Well, we got 13 today. I think we had 20 yesterday. That was a good class.
Eesh.
All right, it's a lot. So I'm trying to figure out how many ROPs I have in here. Besides, most of you guys are all pivot point, aren't you? No?
Mm-hmm, I am.
Okay.
I am too.
Yeah, you're pivot point. Kind of raise your hand if you're pivot point, then I'll know what's going on here. Okay, gotcha. Shade. Okay. So Haley, you and Jasmine are ROPs? Yeah? Okay, Amanda too? Okay. Isabella. Judith, are you ROP? Or are you pivot point?
Pivot point.
Okay. Go.
What?
I'm just making sure everyone's here. Well, that's a nice sound. Who's that? There we go. Everyone's eating, huh? They're all having like, it's lunchtime.
Eating peanut butter. Y'all ever crave anything you don't like?
I moved my other class from 11 to 1 so that I could actually have lunch. Now I don't want to eat lunch until like now.
That didn't help very much.
No, it didn't. Like, wow, because you're not hungry at a certain time, right? I used to get hungry like around 11:30 and then by about 1, 2 o'clock. Okay, now we got 17, we're almost there. So we're still working on our chapter 11 notes, okay, and our study guide there. So if you need to pull out your little study guide, just, this is for the ROPs. Does Miss Sue like photocopy some type of notes for you guys for the class? Any one of the ROPs could answer that one.
Yeah, in the packets, it's the page is straight out the book. That's what the
So you have the same thing we do basically, right?
yeah.
Okay, sometimes it's just a little different, huh? Okay, I just want to make sure. This actually helps if you sit through this. I actually, you know, can help you fill in your books because it goes through pretty much what the lecture is. Once everybody gets in here, I'll just jump over and pull up the slides really quick. So you'll have to give me a minute, but I want to make sure I let everybody in the room first. Give them about 3 more minutes, I guess. Then they'll have to wait until I can download. All right. Does anybody have any questions about what we did yesterday? Or they didn't get something that should have been put in their notes?
No.
Now's a good time. It's like if I went too fast in a certain area, you can tell me, you know, you need that part filled in.
I have a question that I want to go back to. It's composition. We said synthetic fiber, human hair, animal hair, right?
Okay.
Human hair. What's the famous one? Was it Indian?
Yes,
Asian?
that's it. It's European.
Indian? Asian?
Right.
European?
Correct. Those are all of them. And European being the most expensive.
Just gonna say that.
Huh?
No, I was just gonna tell her that.
Oh. Okay, it looks like I'm just going to get that many people in here today unless they start to come in here a little bit later. So I'm going to switch screens really quick, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Whoops. Are you guys are still there, right? Okay, hold on. All right. Let me get this part over here going. It's always slow. Okay. Did everybody freeze? Did I freeze?
No, you're not frozen.
No.
Okay, good. Good Lord, this thing is taking. Okay. Come on. That's pulling it up. Is anyone trying to get in the room that you can see? Oh my goodness. Here it's coming. I feel like I'm waiting for the little mouse to jump in the wheel or the hamster, right? And it's finally turning. Okay. All right. Switch screens anytime now. Go. Come on. It'll come. There we go. Slowly coming up. I'm at the salon fundamentals part. Okay, let's just get up to the page. Okay. Okay. It's got up to page 5. It's almost there. Okay. Okay, come on.
Are we starting on the page that we left off on? Or are we skipping?
Yes. So we had just finished like the human hair, right? Is it under the differences, right? Human hair and synthetic hair,
Yeah.
Right.
like how to clean them?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, I'm on the
So it
right.
should be like coloring services, right? That's our next part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost there. Brought up the lesson and I've just got to get the slides up, okay? There we go. Bring it on up. And I would love to do this at the beginning, but I forgot this morning. I mean, I was doing something else. So it usually doesn't take all this long, but for crying out loud. Okay. Popping up slowly but surely. It's like waiting forever. Okay, let me see if there's somebody else. Jessica's trying to get in the room. Okay, well, it's trying to figure out what it's going to do. Okay. All right, I'll be right back. Let me go check it again. Failed to load. Oh, we can't wait for this. Come on. I'm waiting for you guys. Now it's popping up. Okay. So basically what we're going to put into that first part where it says coloring services, okay, I'm going to at least give you what you can put in there, okay? Most of the wig manufacturers, they can customize any color wig that you want, okay? Or hair piece. Because you can do it now on our own hair. So of course, the wig companies are going to be able to do it. Okay, so I'm going to go through, I'm going to flip through these pages here real quick, and then I'm going to switch screens with you. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, I'm going to come back to you guys and I'm going to share the screen, okay? So at least you get to see it. Okay. There you go. Okay, so it still has to go a little bit further. Customizing, let's go down to like here. About where we are. Okay, next page. You still there with me?
It's loading.
It's loading.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it dropped the,
You can see it now.
Yeah.
it dropped like, okay. Have you guys, can you see the screen at all? Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure. So it's still sharing. Yeah?
Yes.
You can still see the screen, correct? Okay,
Yes,
thank you,
ma'am.
Max. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It's
All
all
right.
good.
So this, I know, finally, right? Okay. This was just going back to that cleaning stuff. Okay. This is not an area that you have to fill into your book, but I'll leave it here because we didn't cover this. Okay, on how to clean that human hair. It says to place 3 to 5 ounces of non-flammable liquid dry shampoo. That's that part I was talking about yesterday when I said it was like a dry cleaning solvent. That's what they're talking about. Okay, or cleanser in a large porcelain or glass bowl. You're going to remove the wig from the block and turn it inside out. Soak the wig for 3 to 5 minutes while you're rubbing the hairline, you know, to remove like debris and stains. Sometimes it's like makeup, okay, because women have makeup close to their hairline. Okay, and blot the inside of the wig thoroughly to remove the excess. Ooh. All right, here's some more conditioning, okay, and cleaning. It says stretch your wig gently over the block Use the hairline markings that were made on the plastic to guide the placement of the wig and secure the wig pins. Does anybody remember what the wig pins were? Like where they're supposed to be placed? There were 6 points. Do you remember there were like one?
Yes, the sides, the middle, and the nape area.
Yep, perfect. Okay. With a wig on the block, you're going to use a wide tooth comb to distribute the conditioner through the hair. And there's another option. You can take the hand-tied wigs and they can be soaked on right on the wig block. Just dip it into the solution. Okay. Let's get this going here. Synthetic hair wigs, cleaning guidelines. Okay, you're going to cover that canvas block with plastic and secure it with wig pins. Block the wig and secure it to form with the wig pins. You're going to mark the block along the hairline to assist in proper blocking after the wig is cleaned. Remove the tangles and loosen the dirt and residue. Remove the wig from the block and turn the wig inside out and soak it in a mild solution. And then work the debris from the hairline with the inside, or with the toothbrush from the inside. Let me get Christian in here first real quick. Okay. How many people in here are interested in wigs? I mean, there's a reason why I'm asking this question, obviously. Okay. But if you're interested in the theater, okay, they usually have people they'll hire, not so much pay you, but you will get the experience. Okay. Oh, I'm going out in and out again. Okay, what I was trying to say is if you're interested in wigs, okay, occasionally the Gallo company, you know, because there's always plays and things going on down there. All right, they will hire people to take care of the wigs for the shows that they're there. You're not going to get paid, but you are going to get experience. Once you get your license, you can get paid for that same position. So it's kind of interesting if you are interested in the theater. So I just thought I'd let you guys know about that. All right. Again, these are synthetic hair wig cleaning guidelines, turning the wig right side out and swish the hair in the solution. Soak it 5 to 10 minutes and then rinse it with a lukewarm water. Repeat the cleansing and soak longer if it's necessary because it's really dirty. Rinse and blot the excess moisture with a towel. Place on the block to dry, following blocking designs indicated on the plastic cover canvas head. You don't have to put any of that in your book, so that's why I'm just kind of going through this rather a little bit faster. This is where we are from yesterday. Okay, they're talking about coloring services because that is in your book. You're going to fill that in. Okay, and color should not be applied to synthetic wigs and hair pieces. Does anybody know why? It won't work. They have like a predetermined curl, predetermined color, predetermined everything in them. They're already set to go. Okay.
Write that in.
Yeah, you can write that in. Okay. Color should not be applied to the synthetic wigs or hair pieces. Okay. But your human hair wigs, okay, they can. You can keep those, this is still part of that. The color shouldn't be applied to the synthetic wigs and hair pieces, but human hair can be colored with temporary rinses or semi-permanent colors, fillers, or what they call low-level oxidative colors, okay? Which basically means it's like a 10-volume developer. So it says, before coloring a wig or a hairpiece, be sure to perform a strand test. Okay. Does everyone know what a strand test is? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to make sure everyone knows a strand test is where you actually have chosen your formulation. Okay. Then you're going to do a strand of her hair and apply that color on and wait the amount of time that it needs to process, and then rinse it. Now, if it comes out the way that you want it to, you're perfectly fine to put that formulation on. But what if it was a little bit off? Maybe it was too red or it was too ashy, okay? This is your chance to now tweak with that formulation so that you can get the right formulation and do another strand test, okay? Because if you put this on someone's entire head and it's not the right color, you're gonna have to get that off and then start all over again. So it's much easier to do just a tiny strand test than it is to fix the whole head of hair. It may take just as long, but it's kind of a mess when you have to do the whole head. The first time you ever do that, you will swear to yourself you'll never do it without a strand test again. Because the time is money on that one. You want to keep the color off the wig cap as much as possible, since that color may eventually dissolve the fabric. All right, so what I want you to put in that coloring part, coloring services, you put in coloring should not be applied to the synthetic wigs and hair pieces. Human hair wigs can be colored with temporary rinses, semi-permanent colors, fillers, or low-level, darker oxidative colors. Okay. Everybody got that one in there? Okay, since most wig manufacturers, again, can customize a color, any color they want. They just ask beforehand. They can usually sometimes cut a piece of their own hair off, you know, and send it to the wig company, and they can try and match it as much as possible. All right, here are their coloring guidelines. Okay. All right, human hair wigs coloring guidelines. You want to clean the wig following cleaning and conditioning guidelines. Okay, basically follow the manufacturer's instructions. All right, you want to apply the appropriate color on the wig hair, distributing evenly through the hair with a wide tooth comb. You want to process according to the manufacturer's instructions again. You're going to remove the color once it's processed, and then you're going to condition the hair. Okay, and if you need, you can put styling products on, set it with the rollers, or just put it in the right direction that you want this hair to actually dry. Here's one thing about the wigs that's different than human hair, because human heads have blood, which means their head actually heats up. So they have an actual area about an inch away from that scalp that's going to be warm at all times, which helps with your processing. On a wig, they don't have that heat, so you don't have to worry about, you know, maybe getting hot roots or something, you know, the scalp actually coming up lighter than the rest of the hair or darker. So you can just put that on the whole entire head from the start to the finish. Did everyone get this to put into where it says the coloring? I'm gonna keep it right here for you guys, okay?
Yes, thank you.
All right, because that's gonna go right where the coloring services are.
So put all that in as well as what we-
Yeah, that and we'll get to sculpting afterwards. But you can make it short, okay? This is what I'm gonna tell you. You wanna apply the color after the wig has already been cleaned, okay? Apply the color, and then you want to comb that color through the hair. And then let it process for the amount of time it's supposed to. Sometimes it's 20, 25, 30 minutes, whatever the instructions say. You're gonna rinse that color out and condition it. And then you can style it. So it kind of makes it a little shorter to put in that area because there's not a lot of room left in there. Right? Okay. You guys let me know when you've gotten that part filled in, okay? Still working, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, I'm on the last one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else still need it? Okay, I'm gonna move this slide now. Okay, this next part is basically our sculpting. So this is your cutting and shaping. You can taper to decrease the bulk and create a natural looking appearance around that hairline. See how she's doing that? That first pick. Customize a pre-cut wig so it fits the client's features, because you might have to tweak it a little bit. Okay, it might be too bulky in one area or not enough hair in that area. So you're gonna play with it a little bit. If the full sculpture is required, it's best to establish the length and basic lines while the client is wearing the wig so you know how short it's going to go or how long it's going to be, okay? The interior of that hair can actually be done on the wig block, okay? So under the sculpting in your book, what I would like you to put in there is that most wigs are produced with about twice as much hair that's on a human, okay? That's an important part to put in where it says the sculpting, okay? Most wigs are produced with about twice as much hair as that of a human for that same style, okay? Because that is a test question.
Most wigs are produced
Okay,
with
most wigs
twice.
are with twice as much hair than there is on a human. Because it gives for like hair that falls out, all that kind of stuff. It kind of compensates for it. Okay, so it's going to have twice as much hair as a human would for that particular style. And then out of all of these that are put up here, these three little things, all I want you to put in there is to taper, to decrease bulk, and create a natural looking appearance. That's the only thing you need to put in there now. Okay. So the most wigs are produced with about twice as much hair as a human and tapered to decrease the bulk and create a natural looking appearance.
Sorry, what was the second part that you said? Copy?
Okay, the second part is that first sentence under the cutting and shaping is taper to decrease bulk and create natural looking appearance. So it's that first little bullet on the screen. Okay, you still putting it in? Everyone's finished?
Yes.
Okay, let's change the slide. Okay, whoops, come back here. Just wanted to take off and run, okay? Keep going back, we got one more right there. Okay, setting and styling, okay? Our human hair wigs can be either set wet or dry. Synthetic wigs, though, are pre-styled with that predetermined curl pattern. So you're not going to be able to change that style. The way it comes, that's the way it's going to have to be worn. Okay, and you don't put synthetic wigs or hair pieces under the dryer because it can melt the fiber on the wig cap. So what I want you to put in here is human hair wigs can be set either wet or dry. Okay. Which is kind of nice. And the last part of this is don't put the synthetic wigs or hair pieces under the dryer because they can melt. Okay, at least the wig cap can melt. So if you're in a hurry sometimes.
Do we need to put it on the note because on the PowerPoint it says alert, don't put synthetic word and hairpiece under air.
Yes, but no, you don't have to, if it's already on the book, you don't have to put it in there.
Yeah, it's already in there.
Okay, thank you for letting me know that because I don't know what's not in your book sometimes. It kind of looks like it, but it's not. Mine, it looks like I have to fill it in, so. Okay, so you don't have to put it in if it's already put there for you. Okay, your next area should be fill in the missing elements for the chart, correct? We're going to talk about hair pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go through this. Okay, and these are test questions at board. I don't know why they just really started pushing on this. I guess because of all of the extensions. You know, they're wanting to put that soon onto the board. Okay, so let's talk about your hair pieces. Okay, they are man-made bases with an attached hair fiber. They're worn for coverage in a specific area or simply to create particular effects. Right now I'm looking for one for my bang because my bang's gotten real thin, so I want a piece that goes right there. All right, So basically what we're going to be filling in is what is it and how is it used, correct? Okay, so your wiglet, what it is a hair fiber 6 inches or less in length, okay? And it's attached to a round flat base. So that's what we're going to be putting in there, okay? It's a hair fiber 6 inches or less attached to a round shaped flat base. Okay, and then where it says how it is used, you're going to put in there to create.
Wait. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Hair
that's
fiber, 6 inches or less attached to what?
A round flat base.
Round flat base. Okay.
Or less. Attach.
Okay. And where it says it's how it's used, it's going to be to create fullness or height at the top or the crown area of the head. So it's that last two sentences on the screen, right? So what it is the hair fiber, usually 6 inches or less in length, attached to a round flat base, and how it's used is to create fullness or height at the top of the screen, or excuse me, top of the crown or area of the head. Okay, is everybody finished with that part?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
good, all right. So then we're gonna go into cascade, that's our next one. Okay. And under where it says what it is, it's a long hair fiber attached to an oblong shaped dome base, okay? That's what it is, long hair fiber attached to an oblong shaped dome base. And then how it's used is worn to create bulk or special effects. So right after that semicolon, you're gonna just put worn to create bulk or special effects. These are kind of easy, but at least they give you a picture of some of them. Okay, your fall. This is going to be a hairpiece with a base that covers the crown, the occipital, and the nape areas. So it's going to be like the back of that top of the head and all the way down towards your neck. Okay. So this one's going to create the look of full thick hair. Okay, under your fold.
I did not get what
You
you
didn't hear it? Okay,
going
under the fold.
fast on what it is.
Okay, what it is a base that covers the crown, occipital, and nape.
I asked you this yesterday. Can you spell that word again? That bone word?
Oh, occipital? Is that what you're asking me?
Yes.
Okay, OCCIPITAL.
Okay. So a hairpiece with base that covers crown,
Occipital and nape areas, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so it's how it's used, okay, is to create the look of a full, thick head of hair. So that should be on my next screen here. Let's see. Nope, it's not. So you'll have to take my word for it.
Create the look of a full.
Okay, yeah, to create the look of a full, thick head of hair.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna flip this over to the next screen.
Is the picture showing on the screen, is that for the cascade or the fall?
No,
Or is
that's
it?
for the fall.
Okay.
See how thick her hair is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This next one is a switch. Okay. And this is a long weft of 1 to 3 swatches of hair. It's mounted on a loop base. Okay, so a long weft of 1 to 3 swatches of hair on a looped base. Okay, and how this one's used is like a braid or a ponytail. Okay, so your switch is going to be a braid or ponytail under how it's used. I just stopped giving you the how it's used, didn't it? Okay. Your chignon is a long, bulky segment of looped hair sewn to a wire back. Okay, fairly long, bulky segment of looped hair sewn to a wire base or tied into a strong cord, but it's a lot easier to write mine. It's sewn to a wire back.
Can you say that a little slower for me?
Yeah, okay. It's a long, bulky segment of looped hair sewn to a wire back. Once I tell you what it's used for, you'll probably get the gist of what it is. Okay, how it's used, it's worn either at the crown of the head or at the nape. So you know, like the librarian lady where she has like a little bun at the nape of her head or in the crown, where she makes that little rollover. That's basically what they're talking about. Okay, it's like the hair's been looped over and then it's tied. Does that make sense to you guys? The chignon?
Yeah, I don't know.
You're just going to put worn at the crown of the head or at the nape. It's like a bun. Okay. You guys ready for a curl segment? Okay, these are individual pieces of curly hair, and it just sometimes varies in its bulk, meaning how thick it is, okay? So all I want you to put in there is individual pieces of curly hair. And then you can write vary in bulk. And how this one's used, it's basically, it's to create a specific fashion statement, I guess you could say, okay? It creates a specific fashion statement.
What in the heck?
What?
Sorry,
What
I'm
is it?
to my nephew.
That's okay. The curl segment, it's just like, have you ever gotten the little, they're like extensions with a little comb on it, and it's got like little extra curls in it. You can like stick, it's got a comb part to it, and it can stick into your hair, and then the curls hang down. That's basically what they're talking about. They're just like individual pieces of curly hair. Okay, and they vary in bulk, meaning how thick they are, how thick that curly hair is. So basically it is worn just for a fashion statement. So if someone had their hair in an updo, you could add those little curls on the side of their head, or you can add more curls and put it up into the updo. Okay, your braid now is a switch that has 3 swatches of hair braided together. This was pretty easy because how it's used is just like a braid. Okay, so a braid is a switch that has 3 swatches of hair braided together, and we use it as a braid. I'm going to ask you something here. In your book, does it have integration piece?
Yes, that's what it says.
Okay, that's next before the toupee, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This is how I'm going to explain it, and I'm going to figure out how you can write it in there, okay? Basically, sometimes in the wig or the hairpiece, there's like these little holes in there, okay? And basically what they're gonna do is pull the hair, natural hair through those little holes so it's blended together with the hairpiece and your own hair. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
I just think of it, it's intertwining, okay? But you could put it in as it's used to pull the client's hair through for blending purposes.
Wait, but what do we put for what is it?
Okay, what it is, you're gonna have to put in there, it's mini openings in the base.
Okay.
That's kind of weird, huh? It sounds kind of strange, but that's what it is. There's many holes in the base. Okay, and then how it's used is the client's own hair is pulled through for blending purposes. But it has a couple other uses, so I'm gonna have you put that in there also after you get that in, okay?
Oh,
That's all right, I'm gonna stay right here, don't worry. So the first part of it is many openings in the base, okay? Okay, and then you're going to put in there, it allows the client's hair to be pulled through for blending purposes. Once you get that in there, have you finished that part?
yeah.
Okay, you're gonna put in there, it's gonna add length and volume to the style, okay? It's gonna add length and volume to the style.
Oh.
So before we talk about those toupees, you were, I guess, told that you had to do wigs, right? You had to make a wig or some sort? You should ask if you could make a toupee instead this time, because that's kind of interesting. That's a little bit different than the wig, okay? So under your toupee here, you're going to put in just right next to it. It's worn by men to cover bald or thinning spots, particularly on top of the head. Okay, so it's worn by men to cover bald or thinning spots, particularly on top of the head. So when we're finished with that, you guys let me know, because then we're going to put in the guidelines for measuring it. Because this would be kind of cool to be able to do this. I'm sure we all know somebody that's got a little bit of hair left on the top that won't shave it. And they're trying to keep every little last strand on top of their head. My grandfather was so far back, and I think my dad kept telling me I would call my grandfather, he had a big brain because he didn't have any hair up there. All right, you ready for your guidelines?
Yep.
Okay, on number 1, you're going to place clear plastic wrap over the client's head from ear to ear, and then you're going to twist the ends. Okay, so put it on sideways from ear to ear, and then you're going to twist those ends, okay, so that it molds the top part of the head kind of tight. So just write it as place clear plastic wrap over the head from ear to ear and twist the ends. Because basically what it's going to do is kind of mold the shape of his head, okay? So when you're ready for number 2, you let me know.
Ready.
Twist from ear to
Twist.
ear.
Okay, you're going to wrap it from ear to ear, but you're going to twist the ends.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want me to, I can show you, I'll just stop the screen here for a minute. Do you want me to show you?
Yeah, please.
Okay. All right. Let me see if you can see me. Okay, can you see me yet? There we go. Can you see me?
Pour the computer like maybe down.
Okay. Oh, okay, like this?
Exactly.
Better?
Now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what they're going to do is like you take the plastic wrap and you're gonna put it like across the head like this, and then you're gonna twist these ends because you're trying to get the top part of this to mold to the head, okay? And then the second part of it is you're gonna take either masking tape or painter's tape, you know, one of those like the ones that don't stick very well, you know, but they'll stick nicely and not tear everything up. You're gonna create an outline. So create the outline with tape on the area, just gonna write intended area, okay? So if he was bald from here to here, you're gonna cover it like this, okay? So you're gonna go one direction, all right? So until that whole top part is covered. So you're gonna go a little bit on each side over, like this. Take the tape like this.
Overlapping it?
With the tape.
Do we need to overlap it?
Yes, you're gonna overlap it, but you're gonna start wherever he's losing the hair right here. You're gonna start right there, and you're gonna overlap until you're covering the whole area that's bald, okay? You're gonna go a little past each area. So if he was bald here, you're gonna go a little bit farther, okay? And you're covering the whole tape going one direction. Basically, let's just say it's gonna go horizontal first, okay? Because number 3, you're gonna crisscross it. So you're gonna take tape going this way over the same area that you just taped, okay? Going this way. What it's doing, it's making that saran wrap, and the tape is giving you like a little pattern to lay on, okay? And it's not real flimsy, okay? So number 2 is to create that outline with tape, okay, over the intended area. 3 is to crisscross that tape. So now you were going horizontal. This time you're going to go vertical with the tape to cover the same area, okay? Okay, and then you're going to mark and size with a felt tip. So basically what that means is you're going to draw the outline of his hairline, okay? Like this, all around on top of that tape, all right? And then you're kind of going to mark where you're going to part it, okay? So you're going to part over here, it's going to part over here. You have to ask the client, like, where do you want this part to be, okay? Because when the maker that's going to make this toupee, he's going to have to know where the part is, you know, and how the hair lays, so that we can get the hair going in the right direction. Okay, so that's basically what you're doing, okay? So number 3 was to crisscross the tape with the outlined area, okay, and mark and shape the size of that. Okay. And you don't have any more room, okay? But what you're going to do now, okay, that mark and shape is basically also going to mean this, okay? You're actually going to take a piece of the client's original hair, like probably from the back, okay? You're going to get a little piece about like this, and you're going to tape it to the top of this hair piece that you're making up here. Because once you take it off his head, you're just going to cut around it, all right? So that the manufacturer, whoever's going to make it, can get the color right, okay? Get the part right, how the length of it right. All of this comes into play. And so basically you're going to be shipping off that little saucer. It looks like a little, and when it comes back as a rug. I'm just kidding. Okay, but you understand what's going on, right? This is how you make a wig, or toupee, I mean. So see, these were a lot more funner than doing a wig. All right, but that's the end of that, how you make that toupee. All right, I'm going to pull the other screen back up. Or what's our time on this now? Oh, we got a couple more minutes. Okay, so let me share the screen with you again, okay? And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to change this. Can you see my screen yet? Oh, God. Are you still there? Okay, I'm going to pull it up. Can you see now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. It's like, uh-oh. All right, basically now what they're going to be talking about is hair additions, okay? And wigs, right? All right, in your book, all right, under the differences, under hair additions, you're going to write in there a loose hair fiber attached to the client's own hair. Before I read any of this, okay? So it's loose hair fiber.
Under hair additions?
Yeah, under hair additions, right. It's loose hair fiber attached to the client's own hair. And that illustration is that first picture on the top. See how those little pieces of hair?
Ooh,
Okay. So it's loose hair fiber attached to the client's own hair.
Is this the
Is this on the,
chapter?
Is this
is
on the
it
what?
the
Hon?
chapter
Chapter
11.2?
11.
it's
Yes,
11.
wigs and hair pieces. Okay, remember we were talking before toupees about the hair additions?
No, the one on the pivot, is it the chapter 11.2? Hair
Yes.
No.
additions?
No, it's still, oh,
Yes,
it
it
is.
is.
Yes, you're right. It is on hair additions. Let me finish. This is just going to be the end of what were talking about before. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Oh, wait a second. This loose hair fiber attached to client's own hair does not go on.
It does go there.
Oh.
It does go there, but my screen is not showing you the slide from that. That's what she's saying.
Oh,
Okay. So yeah, you're fine with what you put in there. Okay. I just have to bring up the next screen.
okay.
So this is basically what they had done on the slides. I'm going to tell you what happened. Okay, on your book, it stops at toupees, which is separate from the hair pieces, correct? In your book, it has
Yeah.
fill in the missing elements, right? Okay, and this is part of it right here that you see on the screen. Okay, and toupees is below, but the slides actually incorporated the toupee with a hair piece. Okay, because it's not a wig, but it is a hair piece. That's why it's a little confusing. Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
Okay, just so that you understand what happened, because I was going right into the other one, and that's perfectly fine, but you don't have a slide for it. So hair pieces are going to include the clip-on pieces, ponytail wraps, artificial ponytails, and other designs that are worn either for fun or fashion. The integrated pieces, which is that middle one, okay, they have openings in the base that will allow the client's hair to be pulled through for your blending purposes. I don't know why they didn't put this right where it was supposed to be, you know? Because we went through all of them already, and now it's coming up with the definition of it. All right, hair pieces are often custom made for competitions, okay? And this isn't really anything that you put into your book because we've already filled in that information. But it did get a little confusing because they incorporated the toupee in with hair additions, and it should have been just put right with it in that little box. Okay, that actually clears it up for today. So now they've got questions for us, I'm sure. There's your balding areas. Well, exercise discretion during consultation and service. Is anybody interested in maybe working for Bosley, the hair replacement company for men? No? I think it would be interesting, at least for a shot. I'd try it for a little while.
You make more money just making custom wigs.
Right? Because men are very, I'm sorry, but they are vain. Okay. And these are the guidelines that we put into our little step 1, step 2, and step 3. Okay. Where I was showing you how you twist the ends, right? On the first one, you're going to draw that little outline and you're going to use tape to do it. And then you're actually marking it. Okay. Everyone see these pictures?
Yep.
Okay. And I'll move forward.
Do they have doll heads like that with the balls?
I have the doll heads like that, okay? On my department, we don't have any hair on our heads. You can come over there and put a Sharpie on the side of it if you want to. See how he marked it? Okay, so you're going to ask the clients to raise their eyebrows or to raise their brows to wrinkle the forehead. You'll mark the front hairline a ½ inch above that top wrinkle. Extend that line to cover the bald area. Basically, we covered this, okay? You're going to identify the crown or cowlick by marking, see how the direction is actually showing you the hair growth direction it's going to go? So that whoever makes the wig or the toupee, I mean, they know where that part is and where the hair is supposed to go, like either kind of going forward and coming back, you know, a little feathered on the top, so that it matches the rest of his hair when it comes back. See, this would have been much more fun, I think, to make. But you can borrow my esthetician doll head. And let me tell you, their heads are like life-size heads. Okay, they're not like these little doll heads that are smaller than a doll, you know, a human head. Okay, this is where you would have trimmed it, okay, and sent it off to the manufacturer with the right color. See how they stack a piece of real hair on both sides? That's basically to match the color that you're gonna do. He's gonna come back with a color that's closer to the client's own natural. Okay, so now we're gonna read the end of this. Clients are always in need of continued expertise. So what really happens when they go to, like, let's say Bosley, okay? And they go to that hair replacement. Those gentlemen are gonna have to be using the same types of shampoos, conditioners. They're gonna be coming in for little trims and haircuts, and they're gonna come back to you because they know that you work with their hair through his whole like treatment, okay? So it's kind of nice. They are like return clients a lot, okay? As it's starting to grow, they're wanting to know questions. What's going on with their hair? Why is it doing this? Why is it doing that? And you'll be able to help them with that. And men pay very well as far as tipping. All right.
Question.
Huh? Go ahead.
When you make the toupee though, what do you put the hair on? Because I know you don't put it on saran wrap and masking tape, do you?
Oh, no. They make that masking tape that actually gets sent to the manufacturer to make the wig. And so they come back. So it's like a screen. It's kind of like what a wig would use. Okay. It's got a little liner on the inside of it, but you're going to have to, I don't know if they're using some type of glue, you know, to stick it to his head while he can wear it.
But I'm saying they attach the hair to what? Is it like a wig?
Oh, they have
cap?
like, it's like a cap. It's like a wig cap, but it's cut in half, kind of, you know, it's not a full cap.
Right.
It's a little piece that sits on the top, but they only make it from that portion that we send off to them. It's made out of saran wrap and masking tape. When we were doing it for like classwork, when the students were doing it, they were using yarn, okay, brown yarn, and they were actually putting the yarn into the hair. Another thing that you guys could have done, I don't know if they've done it with you, is when you made the wigs, they made them out of noodles. It sounds crazy, but you took a doll head that was bald, usually mine. They took the T-pins and they took like macaroni that was like curly. I'm gonna stop the screen for just a second. Okay. All the different types of pasta noodles, okay? You know, they make bows. So we told the students to get creative with it. So make a hairstyle out of noodles. So we cooked the noodles to like al dente, I guess you could say, rinsed them off and gave them to the students, and they made a hair design out of all the noodles, the different shapes of noodles. So it's just spaghetti when they wanted it long and straight, okay? And then they had curly hair with little corkscrews. They had permed hair. It was kind of cute and it was fun. It was something different, you know what I mean? So it didn't get so boring for you. How many people did make a wig in here? I mean, yeah? What did you use for yours?
I used yarn. I have it. I can show you guys.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah, I used yarn too, but it didn't end up that well.
In one classroom, we had a bag full of all kinds of silly stuff, like wrapping paper, and we had like ribbons and all kinds of stuff, right? And we just said, whatever's in the bag, you have to make a hairstyle out of it. Now that was kind of fun and creative. They did their best, okay, trust me. But those kind of things are fun. It gives you the idea of actually you start to create in your head. You know what I mean? And believe it or not, you are creators. You're designers, right? So let me see yours, Trace.
This is it. It's a braid. And then I did braids in the back of it.
That did come out nice. I like that. Anybody else?
Everybody in my class did really good.
At the last minute, huh?
Everybody in
yeah,
Miss Michelle's class did wigs, and they all came out so good, and they were all different.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go ask her for pictures because I know she took pictures.
Yeah, they all look good.
That was great. All right, so far we've covered most of this chapter, and we were going into like 11.2, but I didn't put the screen up. So you did have the right information in there, so don't get upset about that. I'll have to start that back up though next Tuesday with you guys. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Any questions or comments for today's class at all that I might not have covered that you might want to ask? Okay, you just make it too easy. All right, you guys, I'll see you tomorrow if you come in. If not, on Tuesday. Okay, bye-bye, you guys.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.